We're back. We're back, y'all. It's that time again. The last Thursday of the month with the Man in the Mirror Show. Man, we spell it THEE because it's a personal thing. It's a personal journey. Man, we fly as a men. We fly as a men. So tonight we got a very, very special guest. As usual, we start off before we get to that, we start off with the panel. I'm gonna have to push the ball over to my small forward, the sage, the very distinguished Mr. Rodney Grimes.
And as you know, we here with uh, this energy on the show that matters.
The talk show.
The
Remember?
talk correction,
Come
right?
on
Hey,
now.
there you go.
I knew
That's how we do.
That's how we do. We help each other.
We help each other. The talk show that matters. And and with that said, I put it back because you always got to have a referee. You got to have a referee in there to keep things under control. Know when you're going to call it. Do you throw flags?
Well, I'm just the point guard. I'm not the ref. We can ref ourselves.
How about that? But that's the fantastic Mr. Boo Jones. The founder, the man in the mirror.
Yeah, the actual founder was God, but I was just a vessel. And I thank him for allowing me to be a servant.
Right.
So today we talking about that's a segue into what we talking about, man. 'Cause we talking about having some humility and being successful at it while being a promoter because we look at promoting as just a business of show business and all that. Man, it expands more than to just show business.
Yeah.
You promoting goodwill. You can promote love. You can promote unity. It's very things, and we're gonna dive into all that. But before we even get started, let's introduce our distinguished, also very astute guest that we got in the studio, and we're gonna have several call in. Did they say it? But if they call in, this is a blessing. If they don't, we got my man, Michelle Butchie for real.
What's going on? How y'all doing? Thanks for having me today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, it's great to got you here, man.
Yeah,
So you know how we start off, man. We hey look. We get you to dive in, man. Tell the people who you are and some things that you have been blessed to do and the things you're doing now.
All right. Well, my name is Butchie Farrell, born and raised in Washington D.C. Right around E Street, the Hecker Jamal area.
Hecker Jamal.
Let me see. Went to Dunbar High School in Washington D.C. Played a little JV football there. After that, I went away to college at Norfolk State University.
Shout out to Norfolk State. What was their mascot?
The Spartan.
Okay, come on now.
Yeah. Like the Behold, green and gold, the Spartans. So got into promotions probably, man, in my younger years. I grew up in a tough neighborhood, Washington, D.C., and my mom, she was kind of strict on me and my brother. And we wanted to go out and hang out with everybody. And she like, nah, y'all want to hang out at home. So we would have basement parties in our house. So mom was like, you know what, we're going to have y'all come on in and party with us. And this way she was able to control the environment.
Okay.
And I actually started liking that. So I started doing more parties, man. When I was in high school, I used to do like the bus trip to Kings Dominion and all that stuff. And then when I went away to school, man, I think it just spilled over there. I started doing, they used to call them rent parties back then.
Okay, the old rent party.
Yeah, rent parties. So I would have rent parties, man. And but then I think one of my breaks was I started doing college weekend at Kings Dominion. A lot of people didn't know that.
Okay.
I had buses coming out of Maryland Eastern Shore, Virginia Union, Norfolk State, Howard. And then BET stole it from me. And, that was that. So after that, came on home and everything, came home and started working. And actually, a friend of mine's named Zeta Hawkins, Steve Mathis, they had asked me if I'd be interested in, doing some stuff at Zanzibar. So I started doing Zanzibar.
And for the people who don't know, so everybody don't know who Zanzibar is. So we got to let them know we touching places all outside of DC
So
area.
Zanzibar on the waterfront, man, was probably one of the biggest clubs on the East Coast. Washington D.C.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Clubs on the East Coast.
You know about the Zanzibar.
Yeah. But everybody.
I thought
we're not just talking to the
we talking to the whole world.
Yeah, we're not just talking to DMV now. So we got to be Pacific.
Yeah. So,
okay, y'all. So y'all heard that.
Yeah, so I started doing Sky Club Zanzibar. Started working that, and after that, started doing hotel parties. So hotel parties. Me and my man D Scott.
So what time was it? What time? Your timeline? What
so
year?
Zanzibar was probably around 2006 to about 2008, I want to say, and then I graduated and started doing the hotel parties probably around 2009, right about 2014 or 15. I got out of it because I wanted to do more concerts and festivals. So I started doing that. So, buddy of mine, Travis and Monique, we got into it and we started a company called Right Way Production. Actually, Malachi. We got into that and we started doing more concerts and festivals. And that took off and everything. Started doing that and everything. And let me see. After that, just started just making moves, man. I got into the whole go-go thing. I always loved go-go music. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't start really having go-go parties probably until maybe like the last leg of Zanzibar. Then I got into the go-go. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, I always like to go to the go-go, have fun, but I started having go-go events and stuff too. So started doing that. And then something happened probably around 2000, trying to say, I want to say 14 or 15. We was going to do a big show at Metro Points in New Carrollton with Angie Stone and back then their name was Team Familiar.
Okay, who was that?
That's Donnell Floyd. Shout out to Donnell Floyd and Jahar.
Okay.
Mickey, all those cats. And we got a call, man. They said we could no longer do this event on New Year's Eve. We didn't understand what was going on. They were like, they shutting it down. Like, we got calls from, different people saying that, you can no longer have this party. And we just couldn't understand what was going on. But kind of find out, man, PG County had passed this law called the CB-18 law that was trying to curb all the violence in the county. But back then there was a lot of stuff going on with the club and stuff. And, anything that happens as far as shootings and stuff, they want to blame go-go. Yeah. So we was on the grown and sexy circuit. So come to find out, they tried to throw the CB-18 law on us, say, man, you can't do this because of, violence and stuff. But we done checked all the check marks off and we done talked with the powers may be. And they really couldn't give us a reason why we couldn't have the event. So by this time, we got the news involved.
What year was that?
I want to say, don't get me wrong, I want to say 2014 or 15. Okay. So we talked with the city council members and everybody, and they was pointing the fingers at each other like, well, we didn't shut you down. We didn't shut you down. So the liquor board ain't shut you down. So finally, we got the call that you can have the event, but you can't sell no liquor. So this is New Year's Eve. So we was like, well, that ain't gonna work. People want to have a good time, socialize, drink. So we moved the party down to can't remember the name of that venue on Bladenburg Road. It was actually successful. It wasn't profitable, but successful. But it got me to thinking about the laws and regulations that's going on in the county and why they was attacking us, minorities.
Was that the New Breeze or?
No, this was the old school. This was I don't want to throw no names, put nobody under the bus with the councilman, but we fought it. We started the marching, the movement, because we felt like it was very unfair to us as minorities. You got the MGM, you got the FedEx Field, and they was telling us that, there was so much violence going on in these nightclubs that they, was shutting us down. And we like, hey.
So viewers, we talking about in DC at the moment.
This was in PG County.
Yeah, but in DC and the surrounding area.
In the surrounding areas.
Okay, right. The DMV is what they call it.
So it got me, myself, Ron Moten, Michelle Blackwell, Super Dan. We started this movement to say we need to change some of these laws because these laws have an adverse effect on businesses. I mean, you got people who own nightclubs and restaurants. They got staff, cooks, bartenders, security, engineers. By shutting these clubs and stuff down, man, you basically was losing people jobs and stuff. And then what happened was the ripple effect happened. Now, when you close these clubs and stuff in these venues, nobody had no place to go. What they started doing? Started having house parties. And guess what was happening at house parties? Shootings, killings. Washington Post called me and said, man, what do you think about this? I said, well, it's not regulated. This is going to happen. If you don't regulate the situation, you're going to have people that's doing stuff that's illegal and unethical, and next crime happens. People cars are getting broken into.
But-
I mean, trash and stuff. It was crazy.
This is the bad part about this. I'm listening to all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they blame who?
They blame Go-Go.
But why they blame when this is almost like in any situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't give a kid you got a bunch of kids,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you put them out in this open field,
Mm-hmm.
and in the open field they don't have nothing to get their attention,
Yeah.
eventually they start to attack each other.
Yeah.
You know, because the attention it builds.
Yeah.
Now, if you have some constructive things for them to focus on, now I'm going back just to think because I'm listening to what you were saying because I experienced it. You know.
Oh, you okay?
And it's really sad that we were targeted in these areas because it's still going on today.
Still going on today.
And they're wondering why the kids is out here killing.
Yeah.
Well, you remember back when we was doing the clubs and things of that nature? Believe it or not, it wasn't that many killings, bro. It's more killings now than it's ever been.
Exactly.
Back then,
and only because this is not just a DMV situation.
Mm-hmm.
Is why we don't get so much attention about what's going on, and it's worse than when we was the murder capital in DC back in that with the 80s.
Yeah.
But
late 80s.
We got more killings going now than we do.
Yeah, but we was the murder capital then, but now we're not because this is an epidemic now. It's spreading, you know.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
it was isolated back then. Now
they was talking about us. Yeah, they was talking about us at that time.
Yeah.
And we don't know who do the numbers. That's a whole other story.
But the one thing we get back to the fact is this: when they target us, it's never been about the clubs. It's never been about the parties, bro. It's the individuals. So what we was doing, we was actually having an opportunity. We did more for the communities back then than we get to do now.
Yeah.
You know,
well, you know, we could talk a lot of barbershop talk because we know what the situation how it arrived. But you know, here on Man in the Mirror, this is one thing that before we got on air, we was talking about one thing that we didn't mention, but Man in the Mirror, we address the elephant in the room.
There you go.
That's one of our slogans.
Yeah.
We address the elephant in the room and we talk about solutions.
And I got to backtrack on something, brother. You know, even though he ain't here, we ain't shout our boy out.
Oh yeah. Our man is not here tonight.
Nate
Jenkins. And you know,
we you know what we keep it, we like in the living room. So we can relax in here, man. You know, Boo right now, man. He got some spiked over there.
Don't tell nobody that.
Look, wait, hold on. Let me finish.
There's nothing spiked in here.
It's spiked with sugar.
Yeah.
And no, it ain't. I think you just got honey in it.
Honey, that's it.
Yeah. And I got mine's over here spiked with some
tea that Lady Z gave me.
I got the agua.
I got that sinus thing.
Y'all know how. Let me tell you something real quick. Boo do not be playing when it come down to his seriousness about sobriety and all that.
Yeah,
he don't play with that.
Yeah,
he take that very serious. But
if you see me at the club and I got a cup in my hand, you can better bet it's soda.
Yeah, or some water. But to get back on that, so here we are. We talking about we all promoters. We all we this is what we do. And what happens is we pay attention to what causes us to have the ripple effect in our process of doing things. When one of the things, and he just said we deal with the elephant in the room. Back then, when y'all was doing that, was y'all making money?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so that's a target. That's a control situation.
Oh yeah.
So we talk about it wasn't a killing.
Right.
It wasn't a right.
Let me ask you this: was any of the people who regulated it? We got a call.
The regulated.
Did they get a kickback from that money?
See, so here's
hello, Man in the Mirror. State your name and where you calling from.
It's Keely.
That's my man.
Calling from Northwest.
That's my man. What's up, Keely? This is Boo Jones. Welcome to Man in the Mirror. Welcome to Man in the Mirror, man.
And it's Butchie, Keely.
Yeah, we got old Butchie here.
Hey, Keely. How you feel, man?
Man, I'm on, man. You know, out here trying to make it happen, you know?
You making it happen. Keely, one of the biggest promoters out here right now.
Yeah, see, let's address that elephant in the room. Hey, Keely, man, you doing some wonderful things, man. And I definitely had to get you on here, man. Next time we're gonna have to get you in the studio, and I appreciate you.
I don't have a problem with that. Whatever we can make it happen, I don't have a problem with that. I appreciate you having me on here tonight, even though I had to call in, but yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely, I think that I might have kind of like should have called you earlier, but yeah, but you're here and your spirit is definitely here. So man, tell us a little bit about yourself and let the people know, what you've been doing, man, and what you're going to do.
Well, I heard, I guess that was Butchie or somebody say I'm one of the biggest promoters, but I appreciate him saying that, but I don't, look at myself as that. I try to put on, parties or whatever, for people to come out and enjoy themselves, but like I said, I appreciate him saying that, but I think I'm relatively new in the game, and I'm just trying to get my feet, get in where I fit in, man, and do whatever I could do for the people, and, to come out and have a good time. But I also manage, Proper Utensils, James Funk. That's my band. That's my primary function outside of promoting. So, like I said, I try to do events so for people to come out and have a good time, especially no type of violence and none of that. Just people come have a good time, man. And I try to get in wherever I fit in, man. If it's something you enjoy, wherever, I welcome whoever and anybody to come out, man. And that's about it, man.
Well, man, I'm glad you guys graced the show today, man. This guy, me and my birthday just passed. This guy right here, man, he showed me a whole lot of love at the club.
595, that's a long,
yeah. So man, and I appreciate y'all because it's about leaving something for our youth that's coming behind us. We could be gone, but it's about those that's coming behind us, man. And the title is Humble, Successful Promoters. So we're not even talking about a whole bunch of success with fame and all that. You heard what Kiwi said. I'm glad you said that, but I don't see myself as that. I'm just trying to get in what I feel. That's humility.
Yeah. But see, as we were just talking, so just to bring you in on the update where we was at, we talking, we keeping it real on what's been going on. We've been out here making things happen for years, right? And all of our progress, when certain levels see us moving, they interrupt it. Now we gonna stay on the positive. But we deal with the elephant in the room. That conversation you was talking about the promotion and how we was promoting. Let us not let anyone stigmatize it and say that it causes violence.
Right. Yeah.
That is a disruption to the community. It's none of that.
None of that.
Because when we had the Zanzibar and all the clubs, with H2O and all that, man, it be hundreds and hundreds of people down there, right?
Yeah.
And you might have an incident here or there. You can have that at a carnival. You can have that at the mall. You can have that at a family picnic.
Yeah.
So, hey Kiwi, let me get back to Butchie. Now I gotta ask both of you guys a question. Well, Butchie, you didn't get no kickback to them people, right? So them people, they feel you was a threat.
I think one of the issues was, MGM was going up and up, so they was trying to centralize everything as far as entertainment. They wanted everybody to come to MGM to have a good time, but I mean, a lot of people don't gamble, a lot of people don't drink.
Right, so it took away from some of their capital.
Yeah. And then one of the other conversations was, well, we can't police this thing because we taking people off the force when they should be doing this. And my argument was every Sunday down at FedEx Field, you got over 80,000 people there, and half the force is there. So you can't tell me you can't police this thing.
And you don't need nowhere near.
Right. So next thing you know, they start letting police officers moonlight, let the sheriff department moonlight. So you can use that excuse. But like you said, we knew what it was. It was a control thing. It was a money thing.
Then let me ask the question. Hey, Kiwi, we'll start with you. Where do you see promotion as a whole right now in the DMV area? Where do you see what the health? What's the health of promotion right now in the Washington D.C. metropolitan area?
Um, I would say overall, and I'm just, I'm on the outside looking in. I mean, I'm a quote unquote promoter, but I would say overall it's pretty good. But everybody got their own little thing or their own little way of how they do things or how they're able to get spots or bands or whatever. The whole thing and anything is pretty much based off relationships. And if you got good relationships and your relationships is healthy with the people, the powers that be, so to speak, then you good. And I think it's overall it's pretty good though. You got some people that would put bad stuff out there, say that it's not, but if it wasn't, then you wouldn't see all these bands getting all the opportunities and going to the different venues that you see going on now. Even though everybody say, oh, they driving on, they closing all the spots, and you can't play here, you can't do that. It's a whole lot of spots. I see a whole lot of bands playing that. And whether it's they got in there through a promoter or they cracked the door themselves or whatever, it falls back on the promoter, so to speak. So I think it's overall I think it's doing pretty good.
Okay.
I agree with Kibi because now you got a variety of places to go. You got a variety of things to do. You can go to a show with your lady, have dinner, and catch a good show, or you still go to the nightclub and get your boogie on or whatever. So, and then you got a lot of events that other promoters throw. Maybe like once or twice a year that you look forward to. So, on a good note, I think it's real positive right now.
But think about this.
Mhm.
Now we're looking at this from a business standpoint.
Mhm.
My I think the thing that really bothers me most is that everybody want to be the CEO.
Yeah.
We need to get some type of committee
Mhm.
to establish the promoters like boundaries
Got it, right.
and areas where we make sure that every promoter succeed. Like Boo, you said something earlier. You said you promote everybody's stuff, right?
Mhm.
But you don't see everybody promoting yours.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff that we got our eyes open. We see what's going on, and we, like I said, I call it barbershop talk. But here we want to talk about solutions.
Yeah,
Right.
And
so
we know what's going on,
Mhm.
but what can we collectively do to come up with solutions to even to change the narrative? Because like Kiwi said, that's a narrative that they pushing out there. That ain't actually facts.
right.
It's a narrative. It's someone's own perception,
Yeah.
But
right?
look, what do? That's what I was just saying.
So,
We collectively support one another.
so
Go ahead,
Let me,
kid.
let me say something. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Go
And
ahead.
I'm not trying to be negative or nothing either. But not just in promotion. I done seen it in everything. We can sit here and say, look, this is what we need to do. Like we always say, black people as a whole, we need to do this, we need to do that, and black people this, and that. But we don't do it, man. Just like the promoters, we can sit down and say, hey, we all gonna get together and we gonna, help each other promote and we'll do this and do that, this, that. But
it don't be
it
done.
only takes one or two, and it ain't, if it's more, it's even worse. But only one or two are not gonna fall in line with what you're saying. And like I said, it's not just promotions all around the board. You can say, we're gonna spend our money with black
Our
people.
people,
We all gonna spend it within the black community, but you're gonna have the 1, 2, 3, or whatever it may be. Man, fuck it, I'm not doing that, man. I'm well off like that. I'm not gonna take my money and spend with them. If it's not uniform and everybody together all the way around the map, it's not gonna happen, and that's what the problem is. And it ain't just like I said, promotion with everything. Everybody not falling in line because I'm good. I got a relationship, and I'm just using that example. I'm not saying that this is what it is, but I have a relationship with the people at Capital One. I can get in Capital One whenever I want and get a band in there. You can, so I'm good. lady, I don't need none of y'all to help me eat or wash it. I fall in line and I work hard to get where I'm at. I got my little car, my little house or whatever. I don't need y'all.
Yeah, I see where you're coming with it.
But
That's you said that's the mindset. Overall.
Yeah. Everything.
Okay, but let me share something with you about that. So I'm a former Marine. Okay, so when we come and join the military and we go to boot camp, everybody have their own idea, right? Same thing. And a lot of us come in there with this attitude, man. I'm gonna do my thing. But what happens when you come in there and then you fall into the the training and reformulation of your thinking and mind? Then what we become? We become what they call us the killer machine.
But here's it though. On that note, you using that analogy. That comes with training. So keep talking about. I understand.
Wait a minute, but I was leading to that.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is this: what happens is over time, all of us get in there and we change our way of thinking. Then we become a unit, right? Okay. So you're right. Here we got one guy. We get one guy who can get into Capital One, right? And he say, just like Keith said, why would he look back and say, well, I ain't going over there and I'm already in? Yeah. But what about the young guy coming up under you?
Well, see, that's different. Right. He's not talking about that. He's talking about
what you said. You said something that's key, and I'm glad you said Marines because my son's a Marine. The only difference in what you said and doing it in another situation or another field is that Marines do one thing. Like you said, you might come in there all different attitudes, safe shots, whatever it is, but Marines do one thing, and you went through it too. The Marines break you down. They're going to break you down. Now you fall in line. See, out here doing this, ain't nobody breaking them down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
It's a whole different concept. That's what I was getting to.
So I get that, and I'm showing you. I had a little train where I was going with this. They do break you down, but what is Man in the Mirror?
It's the talk show that matters.
And then what does it do? We deal with the elephant in the room.
And check this out. Like I do counseling, right? And everybody got a gift. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys, y'all like really in. I promote, but y'all really promote. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? It's levels to this thing. And if I want to do something, and the key word is want, man, it would behoove me to let somebody tutor me in that area, somebody to guide me in that area, and that's what's needed. You know, we need to be receptive. Like, you know, they hear the old crab in the barrel joint. That's what Keith was talking about. We got this crab in the barrel mentality, and it's been passed on. It's got to be broken.
So
that's what he was talking about with the Marines. They get broken.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you talking about that on my podcast, on my other podcast, what I talk about the crab in the barrel. We are the crabs, but we don't have the heat up under us. What we do, I changed the scenario, and I wasn't one, but somebody else. But I've been riding with it. We still are the crabs. But let me tell you something. Stick your hand in a barrel of crabs that's not don't have no heat, and see what happens.
Right.
So. I like what he was talking about, and we're talking about we got certain people that there's in a certain position, but this over time, and this is gonna go back even to slavery. Let me tell you something. When slaves were brought into the United States, they was broken down.
Oh yeah.
And what they did, then they was reformulated of their thinking, so that you become a slave in your mind. So the same thing is with us on the business level. Here we are. You're a promoter. Reason why I'm saying, and I ain't gonna be long with this. Look, this is what we do. My podcast is our podcast, bro.
Right.
You feel me? People to people. So it's all about us. Man in the Mirror, same thing. So what I'm talking about, we are changing it. Okay. You're a promoter. I'm a promoter. We got 4 promoters sitting talking on the right here now. Right. I'm not going to undermine you. And one thing that I truly believe in, and that's God first. Yeah. So when I put it in God's hands, everything is possible. Yeah. So I'm not going to have nobody to have me to believe that just because individuals get at certain levels that they don't want to participate, that it's going to stop us from moving forward.
Right.
And I think that where we are today, y'all got to realize something. I was born in 1963. In 1960, bro, they were still lynching people on Sunday. Yeah. Okay, they don't do that today. But that was only 63 years ago.
Right.
Okay, so we still and we got a way to go, and
Well,
look what we're doing.
well, you making the point, exactly the point about, that these two guys said that they see it in a good state. They see
Yes.
promotion in a good
Right.
state, and it's all about starting with my perception,
Yes.
because your reality is how you perceive things.
There you go.
Your belief system is your reality.
Right.
As a man thinketh, that's
So-
how he is.
so is he.
Yeah, that's who he is.
But
Yeah.
as y'all notice, in my path to success, I've mentioned the people that helped me out along the way that I work with, because I built the relationship. You feel me? I know I couldn't do it by myself.
Yeah.
So I built relationship with different people over time. And like Kibi saying, you can't really do business with everybody, because you definitely want to protect your brand in the promotion realm.
Right.
But as you move further into promotions, there are relationship building that you come across. Like, it took Mr. Green from Zanzibar to take notice of what I was doing. It took the people from the Marriott or the Hyatt Hotel to take a look at what I was doing. And I built a team around me, the Damon Scotts and the Knuckles and the James Wren, to do the most successful hotel parties. I don't even do the hotel parties no more. Them guys are running this thing like a well-built machine, Even with the concert realm, it took me to actually fall on my face first, because I did the Ozzy Brothers show, lost a lot of damn money, but the people like the Carol and Darryl see the enterprise, say, look, let's form something, get together, and we can build on this thing collectively and successfully. And we did that.
Right.
So it's all about the relationship building too. And it gets you to that other path of success that you can go on, and like you said, help others out along the way. Now, you ain't got to partner with everybody,
Right.
because sometimes it just ain't gonna mesh well.
Right,
Your
right,
vision is your
right.
vision, and their vision is their vision. But
Right.
sometimes when you get a group of people together, say, hey, look, Butch got a vision. Let's follow Butch vision.
Yeah.
If Butch vision can make us all successful and profitable, let's do it.
Yeah.
And one of the things I used to do when I used to have those meetings, I call them meeting of the minds, I would tell the promoters, it's not going to take away from what you're already doing.
Right.
Just come together and do this one thing with me, and watch how successful and profitable you can make. And keep doing what you're doing. If you like this thing, ride this train with me. And I've been doing that for 20-some odd years, even still to this day.
And that's what you got to do. And we got to look at it like this.
Mhm.
A young lady shared this. If we all in here and we holding candles, and only one candle is lit, right?
Mhm.
Does it take away from that one candle to light the other candles? No, it doesn't.
That's a good analogy,
Right?
Hey, Kiwi, because he made Butch made a very good point a few minutes ago about how we show appreciation. Just something that small to show appreciation to those who assist us, because they don't have to
Right.
in any kind of way. Like, I mean, Butchie, you Kiwi, you mentioned the group that you on proper utensils, right? You mentioned them, and even though you're a part of that, all the time, that's not being mentioned about other people who you, and you didn't say one person. I mean, you mentioned Funk because we know who he is, but it's, hey man, I ain't never seen a lead talker, and I do that. Just go on the mic by itself without a band. I mean, so we need everybody, man. And I always like to tell my band, Slave Rhythm, I said we need to be pulling the same way. And it's the same thing with this. Yeah, we gotta pull the same way, man. So what's your thought on what Mr. Butcher just talked about?
Well, you talking as far as he was touching on as far as the relationships and pulling each other together and things like that. That's what you talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, Butchie got some good, valid points. I mean, I agree a lot. I mean, me and Butchie have talked before. I agree with a lot of things Butchie say, but, and I'm not saying this directing at Butchie, but like I stated before, a lot of stuff people say and they don't really practice it. And, it's like me and you, we can say we don't have a problem sitting there and talking about it, but when are we going to talk? And when is the rest of people going to come to the table to talk? You know what I'm saying? That's the issue. But like I said, I agree with what she said, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just want to make a point. Like I reach out to a lot of people, Keith. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times with our mentality, we take it like somebody pressed to know us and this and that. Man, the footwork is reaching out to each other, man. The footwork is reaching out and being transparent.
But you also got to be careful though who you reaching out to and who's reaching out to you too.
Exactly.
Because some people do have those hidden agendas and ulterior motives. So
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, just like a job interview, when somebody come to me want to do business with me and everything, I gotta get their resume. I get your reference.
Exactly.
So if you go to a job interview, what they gonna ask you for? Let me get your reference and your resume. I do the same thing with people. People looking at it, oh man, you tripping. No, I'm not tripping. I want to know what you've done in the past and who you done business with. So, and I think that's what Keith is saying too, because you can't do business with everybody, especially if they done bad business in this promotional game.
And really, I wasn't even talking about religion. I mean, business. I was talking about just relationship.
Yeah, so let me go back again. I always like to look at the way we function as human beings and just in reality itself. So we talk about doing business with one another. Okay, you got different levels and everything.
Oh yeah.
So even in the business. But okay, let's just eliminate the business aspect of it. Okay. So you got a snake, you got a rat, you got cats, you got dogs, then you got eagles. Okay, now each one of them have levels in which they operate. True. Okay, so when we talking about, you just can't work with everybody.
Yeah.
But for real, you really need everybody.
Oh yeah.
Now see, you let the snakes do their job and be where they at, because a lot of your haters are your fans.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You feel me? They talk about you more than the people that support you.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And then we talking about where we are. We got the eagles that's flying up high, just looking down and seeing what's going on. And those are the promoters who's really making things happen.
Oh yeah.
Okay? But you still got to get to a point where what you got to do is not be defeated.
We got hey, hold on, Kiwi, don't go nowhere. We're gonna get another. Got another call.
Let me see how I do this here.
No train.
If you get disconnected, call right back. Oh, okay. Whoever that is, they'll probably call back.
And they call back. Yeah. So
I just wanted to say that the one thing is this. Here y'all are. I'm impressed. Hey, Keith, how old are you, bro?
Kiwi.
What is that?
He said, hold on, gotta see.
I always got to see that because my birthday coming up.
So you stop counting, Kiwi.
I know that's right.
Well, technically, we might.
53.
Okay.
Kiwi's you gonna take the fifth, Keith.
But okay, but see, what y'all gotta understand, I'm 63. I'm just trying to tell you, I come in from a different time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not disputing anything that y'all saying. I'm just trying to tell you that
Gabardine guy. You old Gabardine guy.
I'm OG. Okay. So, but I'm just saying, on the real note is that I don't listen to what people say they can't be. This like the crab in a pot. I don't care about that now. We are the crabs, but we not that. We don't have the heat up under us, so we're not dying. We multiplying.
Right.
You feel me? We're holding on and we reversing it. So if we keep believing that we're not going to do anything and achieve anything, we won't.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
See, where you are right now, we promoters sitting down having this conversation. How many times do that really, really happen? We talking about the elephant in the room. We're talking about finding solutions. We're talking about what need to be done.
Well, I mean, it depends on who you're talking about as far as promoters too. I mean, in DC, you have different promoters that just mesh well together, and they've been doing things on a consistent basis.
Right.
But outside the Beltway, you got these big industries or these big promoters that do joint ventures and do partners up together. Like, look at the guys just did the New Edition tour. There's about 5 of them. They came from all parts of the earth.
See,
and they
people
came
don't
together.
talk about that.
Right. They came together to do this because they felt like, hey, man, we can't do this by ourselves, but collectively we can.
Right.
So it really depends on who you're talking about as far as promotion and promoters is concerned.
Right.
And I can't take nothing away from the tricky entertainments because these guys have built a well-oiled-built machine.
Come on.
And they got this thing like a science, And then I always had to reference back to the hotel cats, even before Stan Richards for Positive Black Men. Them guys, they shut the city down on Wednesday nights. Who would you think go to a party on a Wednesday night before Thanksgiving? And they built that thing, and they built a dynasty with that. So it really depends on who you're talking to as far as promoters is concerned and how they built those relationships and just kept that train running.
Let me talk to the viewers for now. See, y'all getting some golden nuggets because just like my man Kevin Ruffin the second, he does all the for the Boo Jones show. He does all the cutting and he does all the film work, right? And producing, right?
Yeah.
But he said something that was very you know, it's eye opening. He was like, it's like a fraternity and everything. Do y'all think that in each genre or each thing is like a fraternity in a sense?
In terms of
well, like what you just mentioned, right? I didn't know those guys. I didn't know all of them. I heard of Tricky Entertainment, but certain ones you just mentioned on the level that you mentioned doing, I don't know them.
Right.
So everybody don't have that information. Everybody don't have that understanding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's why Kiwi talked the way he talked from experience and knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand that I like everybody that's viewing might not understand why he's coming from that view.
I watched Kiwi. I mean, I can honestly say Kiwi was the first promoter that I see put together two parties on the same day and were successful. I've never seen that done before. And I was like, man, this guy's amazing. I had to meet him, and we built. He didn't know me from Adam Eve, man, but dude embraced me, man. We talk everything, and we would break bread and stuff, Now we've never done an event together because yeah. But I was amazed how his grind was, man, and he impressed me so much. I just started talking to him, and we pick each other brain. And he put his shows together, and that's that. But I mean, back to what you were saying though, man. It's not. You know what? Nah.
Hey, Kiwi. Somebody that I knew, on an intimate basis, they knew you on an intimate basis. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, "Man, you ain't talk to Kiwi." That's how I called you that time. And that's that's how this thing really works, man. We talking about this thing called relationships, and in the midst of relationships, you're gonna get some bad seeds.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get some.
Well, the other thing is that again, as I went back and I go back to the military because I learned from the traveling and
see that's where you come from your experience.
Almost beginning.
Yeah. And plus, when I came up in the 70s, I'm gonna tell you, it was a whole bunch of unity among many people.
Oh yeah.
A lot of that got broken down.
Yeah.
But where we are today, we deal with the elephant in the room, and we here for solutions, right? My solution, my part to the solution is my contribution.
Okay.
You feel me? So with the People to People podcast, to have people come on and talk about being one of the hosts of the Man in the Mirror, to be a part of that. And what we got to do is stop worrying about what happened then, and let's move on what we're doing now, and really get to a point. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Here out in this area where we are right now, Tyson's Corner, I have had the opportunity to meet and network with a lot of people, and I'm starting to see. Do you know this is one of the most prominent areas in almost in the United States, for real, right? You might can talk about Hollywood or something like that, but I'm talking about as far as being the living lifestyle and so forth and so on. Why is it like that? You know why? It's because they take the mentality to build and build successfully and to make sure that other people are moving and striving too. And that's what we have to do as promoters, and get back to not letting them stereotype us. What you was talking about early, what you said about when we was doing the parties and the Zanzibars and all that. I mean, we was coming in there dressed up, looking
looking fly.
Come on, we ain't had time to get our shoes
dirty.
dirty.
A lot of comedy down there too.
Thursdays.
My uncle friend, he used to do set down there on Thursday. I remember seeing that, what's that guy name? He Doug Williams, I think. I remember seeing him down there a long time ago before he even hit.
What's up, bro?
So Kiwi. Okay. Hey Kiwi, look, man, we definitely, other than just doing this, man, we definitely had to sit down and chop it up. Because I already been talking to this guy here. So I mean, because it's about relationships, man, and we talking about promoting. What about promoting one another?
promoting one another.
Yeah, not even your business or nothing. Just promoting. Listen, respect. He said that earlier, right?
Okay.
That's when I tell you somebody cool with me because we respect each other, not because we hang with each other or we got to give each other anything, but just to respect. And I think that's what's getting. That's what's keeping a barrier.
So one thing I've done, with social media is really big right now. Facebook, Spotify. Spotify's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that. So one thing I've done, I created 2 groups on Facebook. One is what is it called? God dang it, it's on the tip of my daggone tongue. It's called DC Community Group, right? Talks about all the events that's going on in DC.
Okay.
So one thing I do, if I see a flyer, I'll put it on that page and promote it. And it could be anybody, that I, know or just trying to, get this stuff out there or that's already out there. And I put it on that page because it's down there 15,000 people on that page and I promote it. Then I have another group that I promote and it deals with stuff not just in DC, but outside of DC too. And I'm always sharing, information sharing is power, whether it could be, and it always had to be a party. It might be an event going on in the county. It might be a workshop. It might be a job, a career job fair, something like that. So I always try to promote the positive with that too. So you will see me promoting other people's stuff, but my stuff, because I want to see people win. I want to see people doing good out there. So,
and that's why we doing this show right here to show that the longevity guys are the ones that not cruddy. I don't know how to say it no other way, but and the ones that do have that mentality, that that negative mentality, it seems like they shoot up, but it just don't last. That's been my experience.
That's been your experience,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. But what I seen,
right.
But it might not seem like you winning when you got good heart, but you are. You are. I'm telling you, I see it, and I always see the people like that come on top, shine, and because it's all about like things don't make happiness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but if you being consistent and being true to people and continue to be like that, it always renders good results.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about that, Keith?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm at work.
Oh, okay.
So it's called the DC Community Music. That's
well, you gotta tag me.
DC Go Music Community. That's one of the groups I'm in.
Okay.
That I created. It's me, Raynell, Ron Moten, Super Dan, and Mo Kemp.
Yeah, Super Dan from Alexander too.
Oh, he is. Yeah. Oh, I thought Super Dan was from Oxon Hills.
He from Alexander. Yeah. Hey, now we got
the place to be in the DMV.
The great Nate Jenkins done graced the
How you doing, sir?
The thing. Yeah.
Right now.
All right.
And he's another guy who got some experience in promoting. What's up, there, Mr.? Yeah.
Right.
So he's another guy who got a little experience, just a
few.
So we talking about humble. We talking about humble, man.
I was on the whole time.
Yeah, talking about that humble thing, man. That humble piece is a lot of times being left out when we talk about this, because it doesn't mean that the person don't have no confidence, or it don't mean that the person don't have no self-respect for themselves, or nothing. Or they bound down to somebody else or kissing butt. That ain't what we talking about. We talking about, man, look, man, Keeby said it from the top of, he said, man, I'm glad he think about me like that. It's a pasta.
It's a positive success.
Yeah.
Because it ain't but two places to be, right? If you're going to have a posture of humbleness that keeps you moving forward, or you're going to run into some humility that whip you backwards, that make you seek some humbleness.
Yeah.
So either you striving to be humble, or you caught up in the quagmire of humility.
The old quagmire. Oh, he got some words now. He got some words.
Yeah. Philosopher.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be one or the other.
Yeah.
And so he a guy out grew up in South Beach too.
A little bit.
That's your homie right there.
I grew up in Northeast.
Yeah, he's across the street. He's across the street. He across the street.
18th and D, E Street.
Yeah, he's across the street. If he would walk across the street.
So where you at?
I grew up, man, mostly right there at Potomac Gardens.
Oh yeah,
that way. Yeah. But
Kentucky courts and all that.
All that. Yeah. But I had relatives there in Rosedale.
Okay.
That's what my grandson play at right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, what you uptown guy?
17th and D.
We got Keith camera on. Hey Nate, we got Keith camera on the phone.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
Dynamite promoter.
Yeah,
hey, Keith, you uptown guy?
Nah, Maryland.
Okay, what part?
Montgomery County.
Okay.
The whole Montgomery County.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like Avery Road out that way?
Avery Road.
Stewart's. Yeah. Are you talking about like Stewart Town out that way?
Nah, well, yeah, Stewarttown, that's out like Gettysburg, but pretty much
Yeah.
Gettysburg, Rockville, Silver Spring, that whole Montgomery County area.
Yeah. I used to live in Stewart Town back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm a hood.
I stayed over there one time. I stayed over there back in the 90s. I stayed over there right across the street from Quincy Orts.
My job in Montgomery County was Summer Hill.
Yeah. Old Mo.
Yeah, Silver Spring. That's
what David Chappelle said.
Yeah, he lived behind Summer Hill.
Oh yeah? He said my family did just enough that I can grow up poor among the whites.
Yeah, among the whites.
Yeah.
He lived right behind the buildings over Summer Hill. Yeah. But I know I used to live 1912 C Street.
Okay.
Northeast.
Okay.
They live there. So he was all around that.
You know what I mean? That whole 17th and D, 18th and D.
Yeah.
I used to be on that 18th and D spot.
Don't tell too much.
It's my house right, the red house right there. There go 18th and D right there on the corner.
So you know a bunch of my partners. You know.
Hold on, we on air.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know a bunch of my partners.
I'm
talking about basketball shooters. I'm talking about basketball, not them partners.
We got people. We got people viewing us.
We had some ballers around there though.
I'm talking about the best ballers come on 17.
Don't start it. We got
basketball.
That's why. Hey, look,
Basketball.
see this, and you said it earlier, but this is the truth. Though. And everything, we gotta have someone to lead, man. And see, we don't. And the problem with us, and Kibi alluded to it, we don't want to follow nothing.
Right.
Like if Kibi know about throwing the events that he throw, and they've been successful 2 in one night, right?
Yeah.
If he know how to do that, man, it would. If I want to learn it, I would let him teach me.
Yes.
See, I'm telling you, the biggest problem we have as a people is we jealous hearted. We know all that, right? But the key to it is stop being teachable.
But you know, I
Stop
always say
being
this: before you lead, learn how to follow.
Oh yeah.
Great leaders come from being good followers.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that many people, some of the celebrity friends and people that I network with, you talk about being humble. Quite a few of them I come and I say, I'll carry your bags. They say, "Oh no, you're not." I said, "No, I'll carry your bags."
Well, it's funny you said that because that's why they let the rookies carry the bags.
But they got to earn their spot.
Yeah,
I want to say something. I heard my man Keeby say something earlier while I was listening to the show coming in. He echoed it, right? The element of promotions, right, is a single man business. It's kind of like playing tennis. You the only one on the court hitting the ball, and that's what everybody see.
Right.
But you got a team behind you.
There you go.
To help you get
like a boxer.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
as a promoter, the buck start with you.
Oh yeah.
If something go wrong,
everybody looking at you.
Everybody looking at you. The acts looking at you. If things ain't set up properly, they ain't getting the money, whatever. The venue looking at you. You know, so because you, as a promoter, you carry so much personal weight.
Yeah.
Right? You almost put yourself in a one-man show.
Oh yeah.
At mentality wise, right? Because you gotta say, man, look, this thing on me, my name on this thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when you in that type of environment, right, it becomes more singular, right? Individualized. It's hard to team up with.
Let's get some view on that. Right on that point.
Yeah.
Keep it. Chime in on that. What you think about what Nate said?
can relate to what he's saying. Whether what he's saying is, right or wrong,
Nah.
I'm not going to say it's right or wrong, but I can relate to it because I pretty much do everything myself. I don't have a team. I don't usually do events with other promoters. It's not that I won't, it's just I haven't. So I can relate to everything he's saying. I do everything myself. I pass my own flyers out. I do
You do.
I set everything up for the parties. I do it all myself. And so I hear what he's saying, and I feel what he's saying. So it all falls on me.
So and you saying that is probably why you're so successful in some area, because not that you want to do it by yourself, but you know what you want and you know how you want it done. So you don't leave room for failure.
Right.
Could I say that?
Yeah, well, everybody, and Bushy said something about it earlier. I think he did. Everybody don't have the same vision. Yeah. Everybody not on the same.
Yeah.
On the same page. That's just like, say, me and you might have a party, and I don't know, you might be outside in the parking lot selling tickets behind my back. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
It's true. It might sound crazy. Like, why would somebody do that? But people do it. You know what I'm saying? So it cuts down on the room for error, so to speak. Especially if you don't really know somebody. If me and you came up together and we was, we got a bond, and I know you, and I feel like I trust you, that's one thing. But if I just met you last week and we bumped together at the Tricky Entertainment event, and we gonna do a party together, I don't really know you well. I don't know what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing, but I don't know what you liable to do.
Yeah.
But you gotta protect your brand and protect your business.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
But I like what you said just now. And that's something. Now, when you said you can't really work with everybody,
right?
You don't know what a person do if you put everything together and then they go duplicate your tickets and selling tickets behind your back.
And see that, and I've been, and like Kiwi said, I've been there, done that to the point now. I consider I've graduated now from dealing with people that do things like that.
Right.
Dealing with those people who, hey, this show gonna cost $20,000. Where's your percentage to put up for this event? They're like, oh, well, my man's and them gonna take care of me. Nah, that's not how it works. So you kind of learn how to weed people out. You feel me?
Now check this out. When I did my birthday party at his event, I ain't have to sell no tickets. Mm-hmm. I still have my spot.
Yeah.
But what I do?
Sold tickets.
Yeah.
But see,
but that's the kind of stuff that we have to start doing with one another. But because you always looking for something in return.
Yeah, that's what we've talked about this. You got, not everybody comes from the same cloth like that.
Right.
That's who you are. So that's what you was probably talking about. You can't work with everybody.
Oh no,
but he didn't have to tell you to do that, right?
No, he didn't.
Because you know why? He has the work ethics within, just like many of us. How did I meet you?
I was just thinking this. I was thinking the same thing. How did we meet?
This man didn't know me from Adam and Eve. Mm-hmm. I was doing production, putting on the show. He wanted his some of his artists in there, and he gave me $1,500.
See,
nothing. All he said, he came in and said, "Look, I want my boys in here." He gave me $1,500 to help promote the success of it, and it was and you know something, I can't wait because I still got it on tape for you to be seen. Okay. But that's how I met this brother. Right. We got, if it's in you, it's in you. But remember when I was talking about we got different layers? You got the eagles, you got the rats.
Well, not only is different layers, it's different levels.
Yeah.
That's what we talking about. Different levels
to everything.
To everything. Yeah, we said that.
When I was helping you, I was trying to help my local group get some more exposure in the DMV area, right?
And see,
I had just came off a nationwide tour of 49 cities with a big gospel tour, right? I mean, this tour pulled in over $5 million.
Yeah.
So when I had started managing the local jokers, I heard from my man, God rest his soul, Chucky Booker.
Yeah, Chucky.
He said, it's hard to get talent out of DC, right? Because they just got too many minds.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're mine in too many places.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you look at some other talent from smaller towns, like a Usher or a Chris Brown, who I actually managed early on.
Okay.
That's all they had.
Mm-hmm.
They had the church and that little backroom studio. That was their life.
Yeah.
Whereas a dude from the city, we got this corner we want to be on. We got, you know,
this studio,
that studio.
Yeah,
This, well, you know.
No,
It's
he's
like
talking about
else,
you might not.
If you spread it too thin,
you might not be humble enough to take the lead.
Right. But see, then with promoters, man, you know, because I come back from you know, y'all young dudes. I'm like me and Rodney the same generation.
Okay.
They were Gabardines. See,
but I
they
go
know
all
about
the
the
way back
Gabardines.
to places like the Cellar Doors,
See,
down in Georgetown.
I don't know nothing about.
They wouldn't let black people do shows there.
Can you get two
right?
on there? See, Nate is really the operator.
Hold
can
on
you get
one
two
second,
on there,
babe.
Nate?
Yeah, I can get you on.
Show them how to do it.
You with Man in the Mirror? Hold on, baby.
Did he hang up?
No, he didn't. He got it. They know how to do that thing.
There you go. Somebody gone.
They done lost it.
I went to conference.
I was speaking good on him, Joe.
Yeah, you was speaking good on him.
Then he fumbled. You like Ernest Biner, man.
Not Ernest Biner.
He's almost at the goal.
This Man in the Mirror.
I don't know who he is.
Did we lose both of them?
Hey, look. Hey, let me tell you something.
If y'all watching,
Call back. Wait a minute. Hold on. Listen up. Hold up.
You can't work with everybody.
Wait a minute. No. I was going to say, sometimes you got to let people. This is the first time he ever did that. Leave him alone.
Because hold on. This is a good. But this is a good segue right here. You gotta stay in practice. I don't care how good you are.
You gotta stay in the gym.
You gotta stay in the gym, man.
Call us back.
You gotta stay in the gym.
But hey, I need to ask this question.
Can somebody make a video of how to do this?
Oh, come on, man. Come on, don't do me like that.
And Kiwi.
No, he got called.
Somebody call Kiwi Campbell.
Hey, listen.
Come on back.
So let me share some. There you go. Okay. Why you getting there?
Man in the Mirror.
Kiwi.
Is this Kiwi?
No, this is Dex.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's Big Dex, Big
up,
City
Dex?
of Dreams. That's another promoter,
Okay.
Dynamite promoter, who have some experience in the whole qualm of the DMV. What's up, Dex?
What's up, homie? What's happening?
Man, we all here chopping it up, having a good time in the living room of the good
Man in the
Mirror, the talk show that matters.
Yeah.
So we talking about all kind of aspects of promoting, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Oh man, ain't nothing to talk about with me, man. I'm one of them guys that I like to stay out the way, stay behind closed doors, throw a party, and then go back and get back behind them closed doors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as far as the promote thing, man, I've been doing it for a minute. So you know, I did all types of parties, hotels, outside, inside. You know, I boat rides. All type of parties, man. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be consistent in what the people looking for, man. Right now, I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna give y'all the game, promoters out there. Switch over to some do some cabarets, man. You know what I'm saying? Get back into some cabarets because I see that a lot of people loves those cabarets. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and you know, it's funny you say that because I work in the recovery field and in DC, and a lot of my coworkers, right? They got their own. Right. They got their own. I'm gonna give a shout out to Bernadette, the name Bernadette in Washington D.C. for cabarets. Right. Her and what's the other guy name? What's the guy named Older Cat? Them two, they can bring them out. I mean, it'd be packed. Yeah. What's the guy name? You know who I'm talking about. Bernadette and the other guy. He got his name. Yeah, Dunbar.
Dunbar. Yeah,
Dunbar. Yeah. I give him a shout out. Yeah, Dunbar and Brennan is an older cat.
Dunbar drive the H1.
Yeah, Dunbar and Bernadette, they a pool. Their self is a pool. You know, and he's right. Like if you go over into that arena in DC, them two can bring out I'm talking about they pack the house. Wherever they do any event, it's packed. Because they got their own arena, their own clientele. And they follow them.
And then on top of that, man, they ain't getting hassled at that bar.
Yeah.
We able to see when we do the party.
They're not getting hot.
Cabaret, sometimes we got to sell less tickets because if we sell more tickets, then the jump gonna get super packed, and we ain't gonna be able to come back in that place.
Come on,
you see what I'm saying?
See?
So we sell less. We try
That's
to
how
sell
packed it
less
be.
tickets so we can be able to come back. You know what I'm saying? We don't put no number on the ticket where though you're charging $40 and $50. You know, we give the people what they want because some of the people that's in our age bracket, they want to be able to bring their drinks and bring some food.
Yeah, BYOL type of thing.
Yeah, that's what it is with us. We're doing the BYOL, so you're going to see a lot of flies with me on it with some BYOL.
Come on, man.
Matter of fact, we got a party now, October the 21st. Saturday night is a nip and sip reunion.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And we got James Funk and Storm and Norman.
Hey, Dex, just to let the people know, man, Dex throws some of the baddest lawn parties, y'all. I mean, when I mean lawn parties, you could bring your cooler, you could bring your food. He had one time he had EU, and yeah, that's me, Dex. What's up, man?
Oh, what's up, Home?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Dex, you know you supposed to be in the studio, man. Hey,
huh? I was man, I've been busy, man.
And
I meant to call you back, and I just sat down to relax. And I said, damn, I'm supposed to call in. And I looked at that flyer, it said 7 o'clock. I said, well, they ain't gone nowhere yet.
No, man, we be here till 9, baby.
Show some type of love, man. I apologize, man.
Yeah, man, but look,
I'm going to piggyback off that on what you get ready to say.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah. And I mean, this party was so much fun, man. I think I sold probably about 30, 40 tickets, man. And all my friends and people I sold tickets to, man, they had so much fun. They're like, man, when is the next one? When is the next one? So shout out to Dex, man. This lawn party, man.
Well, not only that, before the COVID, the last show that my band Slave Rhythm did was at the historical Tacoma Station. Okay. And that guy right there, the one made it happen. He hired us.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Dex, oh yeah. And look, right. I'll get ready. Let me get the other one. Just before the weekend before that, he had us over in Southeast with the good JYB up at Highland. Okay. And both of them was dynamite parties, man. And look, man, I love you, man. And I definitely respect you because you always been straight, man. That's a quality.
Man. Let me tell you something. We all got to start from somewhere. See, I come underneath the man stand, Positive Black Man Coalition. That's who I come underneath. You know, I learned from him. His sister used to always tell me to watch Stan, watch this. And when I used to pick Stan's brain on doing different things, he used to say the number one thing is not you. Take you out of the equation and put the people first. Yeah. So that's why when you see me throw a party, I don't never be in the party. I be outside. It ain't about me. It's about my people having a good time, like what you said with the lawn party. I figure like when we do lawn, like when we did them lawn parties, man, it's basically outside. It's like at a park. So let the people bring their drinks in, let them bring their food in, and keep the number down. Man, we had almost 1,000 people out that motherfucker. We come over Virginia. We came over Virginia. We had live with special guest Sugar Bear. And the people out there in Virginia was kind of mad with us, the people that lived around there. Thank God that lady couldn't look through that gate. kept that gate closed. We had almost 900 in there. I'm telling you, man, people love to be able to bring their own. Or even if you can't bring your own, we just got to cut back on the numbers that you already charging them at the door, number one. They got to pay to get in. They got to pay. If they don't got a ticket, they're going to have to pay another extra price. Then they got to come in. They got to buy food. They got to buy drinks. You get what I'm saying? They spend almost a ball 50 just off 1 or 2 people. So and then half the time we ain't dancing no more. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why I like the cabaret, because we two-stepping. I can two-step your ass to the moon.
So you good with a two-step, huh?
Yeah, I can do two-step. I told the people today on Facebook, I'm getting in that line. I've been watching. My daughter been watching. She been FaceTiming me and talking about, let me see your line. I've been doing the line so I can be prepared when October 21st comes because it's old school.
So you gonna get in that shuffle.
Huh? So look, Dex, I'm telling all y'all, come out. I'm telling you that, and I'm telling everybody that's listening, come out and hear us play October the 14th at the historical Elks Lodge in Alexandria, Virginia. It's gonna be BYB, BYB like you like it, BYB, and it's a reunion for a neighborhood that no longer exists, but the people. It's a historical neighborhood come out of Alexandria called John Robinson. Okay. So it's their reunion. So and they gonna show love to everybody. They feeding people and everything, man. And
Let
just
me tell you something, man. Me and that boy Yoke, we did a party one year at the hotel. When we did all of y'all streets.
Yeah.
We did a party when we did all our streets that y'all come off, and we based it around Charles Houston. So we did the
That's my rap.
We did
we had Lucky on here.
Whatever street y'all come up on, we did. Man, we turned like I told Yoke during that period of time, man. I said, man, he told me you think this gonna come off? I said, man, you must be crazy. I wish I could go around my way and do something like this without the niggas cutting up on each other.
Well, this ain't about no money. This is about love. This is about
that's what it's all about, man. Yeah. And it was a hell of a turnout, man. Y'all had a hell of a. I remember when the dude came off the elevator and he saw another dude, and man, Yo was like, yeah, they was beefing back in the days. Man, that big dude walked up to him, man, they hugged each other, said they made it, and they thanked God, and the big dude started crying. Wow. I said, man, that's what it's all about, man. Love, man. Like you just said, the word love.
That's it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, man, what happened in the past is in the past, man. We still here to see another day, man. That's what all the party should be about, man. It's about coming together.
I got a buddy from Alexandria just came back in town maybe a couple months ago, and me and this dude, we used to be cool in junior high. Then we ended up having historical fights. We done fought 3 times. He reminded me of the third time. I didn't even know we fought the third time. But he seeked me out because we love each other, man. Yeah. I mean, we were teenagers, you know.
I think that's why I always go back to Norfolk State, man, for homecoming, man, because the school back then really wasn't doing nothing for the alumni, man. So we bridged that gap. You know, I started off doing bowling parties, and we had people from New York, Philly, DC, Dallas, and they just came together. We're like, man, this is real special, man, that you doing this for us, man. And when I stopped doing the bowling parties, like, man, why you stop doing it? I said, I just thought y'all got tired. I'm like, nah, man, that's the jump off they call it. I said, man, people you ain't seen from years, man. They come to the bowling parties, so they like, Butchie, keep doing it. So every year I go back to Norfolk State and I do a party, and I give back too. You know, that's one thing I always do too. And you'd be surprised, like you said, man, just the love and the fellowship, man. It's amazing. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Let me say this to you, my man over there with the band. He got the name in that Butch A.
Yes, sir.
He's hollering about, man, I know where you from, Dallas. I'm looking at him like, okay, where I'm from. Man, he got the naming dudes in my age bracket that I come up with. I'm like, to myself, how the hell he know all these people? I don't remember seeing him around here. Man, he's naming names that don't nobody. Only way you know these dudes, you had to come up around the way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? So you know, let me tell you something, man. Y'all got somebody over there that know his history, that been around the block or two, and still going around the block, man. So y'all listening, man, pay attention, man, because I'm gonna say this: they got a good band, man, and I feel like wherever he come from, wherever his band and wherever he come from, the people that promoters from where he come from, it ain't gonna hurt to put the man on the motherfucking front line, opening the act and all this and that.
You talking about me? You talking about me? Slave Rhythm, right?
Yeah. Hey, whoever I'm talking
about. Thank you, man.
It ain't gonna hurt because the simple fact, if you look at the bigger picture, the people that you can't get out, he can get out.
That's right.
That's what I always look at. Yeah. Whatever you can't touch, like I tell my man them all the time. He talking about, man, I said, man, we call ourselves, right? We got another promotional name that we call ourselves the Good Guys Entertainment. And it's 4 dudes out of Southeast. And if you're gonna be a part of our team, you gotta have a bloodline from Southeast. What it is that these guys can touch guys that won't come out. That's why our parties, when we get together, our parties be so successful. Because we're touching people that can't come out. That's just like if
they don't normally come out.
If you got a vibe and you opening up for Vibe and you in Virginia, you you're not gonna tell me that you're not gonna be able to get 100 people out just because you opening the act up.
That's right.
Because people gonna want to come see how you gonna do against Live.
And I think
see that you playing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With good quality band.
I thank you, and a lot of them. I hope y'all listen because this guy is stamped. This is just a real man, and man, he hired me, and a lot of homies never hired me. You know what I'm saying? And when he was talking about me knowing the people in his neighborhood, because man, I was never a neighborhood guy. Like a lot of my first girlfriend come from Bennett Park. I've been coming over Eastgate since I was 5 years old. So a lot of my aunts and cousins and stuff lived in Southeast by him. Highland, like you talk about Earthquake. His brothers Ty and Marcel, I've been knowing them since we was young. So you know, yeah, we've been knowing each other since we was young because I was never just one stationary. I ain't been planted. I ain't never been planted. So
Yeah.
so you know,
Tumbleweed.
yeah. So man, and I thank you, man, for what you said, man, because it means a lot to me. Because I know it's coming from a genuine guy, man. This guy definitely a genuine guy. We got the rapping, man. Man, I love this dude, man. That's a good dude, man. And that's what we talked about relationships.
He got to talk about Tiger and them. I'm like, hold up. He know Tiger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying he throwing names out. I'm like, hold up. He got to be a cousin or somebody. But he came from, he talking about dudes that I come up with elementary, high school, junior high school that I was around and all this and that. So man, when you dealing with a dude like that's been around and paid his way, man, it's all about showing love to each other, man. It ain't about they can't play, well, help them play. You dig what I'm saying? Help them. That's the way I look at it. Help him.
Hey,
I mean, when his man called me and said, "Look here, my man trying to get on and all this and that." Well, who is he? You know him? He said, "Yeah, he good people. Put him on one of them shows." All right, man. Look here. Let me talk to these guys and get it.
Put me on two of them. He ain't put me on one. He put me on two of them.
Hey, can we go off script for 1 second?
Hey, man, look here. You with us with the junkyard. You gonna open up a buzz in there. Then he come back. He ain't had nothing. Them guys that I did the party with ain't had nothing to do with my Saturday the conversation. I told him that night, man, look here. In next 2 weeks from now, you're gonna be opening up for whoever you was playing. It
was Kim and Scooby that night.
Hey, Dex.
I ain't tripping off what you can't bring. My job is to get. Look, you got a motherfucker sitting right there and know what I'm talking about. Butchie. He's working with bands that people don't like to show love to. But he sees something because I call him nephew. I had nephew on them several times. You dig what I'm saying? I just tell him this, make sure you're on time, man. My job ain't to play the music. That's your job.
Yeah.
I ain't the DJ. I used to tell the other DJ, whatever his name, I used to say, man, you the DJ. I ain't the DJ. My job is to get the people in here. That's my job. Is to make sure everything good and people were having a good time. Y'all take care of your own motherfucker business.
And see, let me say this real quick. We addressed the elephant in the room. And I thank you for that, man, because a lot of people, man, they'll brush that right aside, what you just talked about. Even though it's talking about my band, there's a lot of people like me out here just trying to trying to get there. And he talked about, man, knowing, it makes sense. I could see if your band didn't have any pull, then okay, why not? Why hire? But he talking about putting in situational position.
Any good promoter, no.
Yeah, he know what he talking about.
So
any situation position.
Let me change the script real quick. Go ahead. I'm gonna address all y'all on this. Why do y'all think that is that some of the bands in this area don't get the exposure and the recognition that they do, like some of the big bands?
It's real simple, man. It's real simple because a lot of times, man, people feel threatened, and it's not because how great your band is or how good they don't like. They threatened by how charismatic you are, and a lot of them they don't like the fact that people like you. Okay. They don't like the fact that certain people that they look up to have good like this man had good things to say about me. A lot of people ain't gonna like that, and I say the thing about him, not just because what he can give me, and not because he hired me for the band. I look at his character.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't about what he do for me. It was his character, man, and the respect. You said it earlier though. You said the respect is gone.
Yeah.
Man, when we come up, man, men respect men.
Right. So the problem, and I've seen this, and I'm not gonna call no names, but I've seen many people that's what it is. It's some people get intimidated by seeing other people that they can do what you do.
Okay.
So instead of going in there and say, okay, it's enough room for all of us. But some people just don't have that mentality to say,
But you gotta understand, like we said earlier, there's levels to this.
It's levels to it, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. If I'm a respected band, right? If I'm Junkyard, I know I'm gonna pull my normals. Yeah. Wherever I go, if I'm bad, if I'm any of them jokers. If I'm an established band and I'm not in a position to help nobody else get up in front of me, then there's something wrong with the character within my band and my management. Okay. Because if I'm respected, I'm time tested, I've been out here, my part of my job is to bring somebody else up. Right. Because guess what? Like my man said earlier, you can't touch everybody. Yeah. But that local guy from that neighborhood where you might be playing at, he gonna bring 100 people that you couldn't touch.
See, did you hear what he said though? He said, "Why won't?" And we got some dynamite promoters to come out right out of Alexandria. I've seen them grow up. You know what I'm saying? And I called them. I said, "Man, why you even put us on that jump?" You know what I'm saying? Because that's the kind. My mom. I'm a split image of my mother. My mother, she don't cut no corners. She ain't bite her tongue. So I guess I got inherited that. So I called you up, man. You know. And I'm not bagging you. I'm just asking you straight up. I'm not gonna talk about you and when ain't nobody around and all that stuff. I'm gonna talk to you. Yeah. And nobody got no solution. They can't say, "Oh man, you was a cruddy dude. You did something to me," or nothing. They did nothing to you.
Well, let me piggyback off that. So it's two things on that one, right? From a promoter standpoint, the question would be, why would I put you on my show if you can't bring nobody? If you just want to get on the show, just get on the show, and I'm paying you. It don't make sense.
Did anybody hear?
So that's that thing right there.
Hold up. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I heard me say it.
So you know.
No, I'm saying now. I'm speaking as a promoter. I'm speaking as a promoter though. Okay. So now, as a promoter, it's like, okay, why would I put you on this show if you're not going to bring nobody, and you still want me to pay you? I got a problem with that. Okay. Now the flip side, right now the flip side, like Dex said, I have actually worked with bands that I knew probably couldn't pull no numbers, but guess what I did? I put an event together like a Sping Arm reunion, Dunbar reunion, and put that band on that show and let them work. And then they got the exposure that they need. And they probably only bought 5 or 6 people. But then as a promoter, I brought the people out to hear the band because there was an event, there was a focus around that event, not the band per se.
That's a generic situation. We talking about a personal situation. Let me tell you something. I get people from DC to come out of Virginia to come to my parties. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Me, myself, and I ain't bragging, I'm just talking about me, myself, and the relationships that I have formed. Right. I can bring at least 75 people myself to a party. Most of them my family. Right. You know, on a bad night, I can get 25 or 30 people in there. Am I right there?
You did that at the Junkyard party and at the Cola Station.
Yeah, 5 Best Lounge.
Yeah. And that wasn't even in Alexandria. He talking about from my hometown, people that might not usually come out. You got a pool. I don't doubt that you got your own pool. Yeah. But it's some people that won't even go to go-go's that you gonna have in there to come with you. So it's worth paying a little bit of money. Because I ain't asking to knock nobody's head off. I know I'm real about this. Yeah. I know what my band probably can pull in. So I'm not asking you for no big.
But in line with what Butchie was saying, right? From the business side of it, promoter's job is real simple. Oh yeah, right. Butts in the seats. Chickens at the door. Yep. Yeah. Like my man said, he out in the front making sure everything ready, everything good. He not in the party. It's about the people, not him. The business side of it is I got to cover these expenses and get some money.
Oh, that makes sense.
So let me finish.
It makes sense.
So when he made that statement about putting an unknown band in an event. The event was the draw, not the band. He helping that band create a following.
Right.
That's different.
Basically, so now later on he can utilize that band and hopefully draw some people from that last event. So he doing what's called a building block event.
Oh, that makes sense.
And I did that
at
OTI. So at OTI, I did this thing called the day party, right? And the focus was celebrate your birthday, get some good food and get some good drinks and hear some entertainment. Half the time I didn't even promote the band, but there was a band, like I said, up and coming band that wanted to shine. Put them on the card. They did a great show. They got booked again and again. But people came because it was the day party. That was the thing right there. Hey, man, we going to the day party. It's such a birthday. They didn't know who the entertainment was.
Didn't matter.
But the entertainment cranked. And there's another thing, too. Showmanship. Come on time. That's another thing, too. If you don't come on time for my show, I won't even work with you no more.
Yeah.
It's just
but I agree with you.
But the thing that Terrence is talking about, right? And it happens in local communities all the time, right? And it's really not even jealousy and envy. It's really fear. Yeah. Right? Because if I'm a promoter, I'm always looking out for the success of my event. That's my job. Make my event successful, memorable, all of that.
There you go.
Because I want people to call on me to do the next thing. And when I put something together, I want folks to say, oh, yeah, he did that. I remember. I'm going to go because his thing is always like that, right? So I got a local guy like yourself, right? And you've been playing, you've been doing your thing. And I'm a promoter. I got a choice of everybody I can pull in. But I got you right here at my reach. You're going to be my last thought unless the show going to be in your area where I know 100%
that's what he's talking about.
You're going to pull.
That's
right?
what
I'm talking about the people in Alexandria who don't call you. You see what I'm saying? If they in Alexandria and don't call you, they got a problem. If they don't call you, they better be having somebody who can pull those that you pull and more. Because the thing is, you want to bust that ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the business aspect because I throw my own parties. And I done took hits. You know what I'm saying? But what I understood exactly what he was saying, like I said, even if he wasn't talking about me, we talking about promoting. Promoting makes sense. You know what I'm saying? We talking about making sense. If I'm gonna throw a party, let me give you an example. If I'm gonna throw a party over there in Highland, and I know the caliber of this guy on the phone, Dex, right? And I know the respect that they love him over in Highland. You think I'm gonna say Dex ain't with me?
No, you gonna.
And he want to be with me. He want to be with me.
Here he is. We got this man. Hold on one second.
Hold on, Dex. If you hang up, call back.
Man in the mirror.
Hey, how you doing? This is Marcus, the mailman.
The mailman.
All right, hold on, Mark. Let me bring
now,
you back.
Now, mailman hired me.
Mailman just hired my band.
All right, now we got the
okay,
mailman.
Now check it out. Hey, Dex. Now, the guy that just came on the phone, right? That's Marcus, the mailman. He has hired me. He from Alexandria, and he has hired me. Him and John Arrington, those two guys right there have hired the band. And Dorothy and Lil Dorothy and Lewis, her man, they have hired the band, and they from Alexandria. Yeah.
Me and Mailman, we kind of like, know each other now. I mean, we didn't know each other like that at first, but we kind of like, getting a little more acquainted with each other. So and then the mailman a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Because one thing about the mailman I love about him, I miss him some mornings. Anytime a nigga can get up in the morning and salute to everybody and try to make everybody's day, he never got nothing negative. Nothing that he does from the time he get in that car to the time he get out that car. There's nothing. That's why I like to listen to him, and I like dudes like that, man.
And Go ahead.
No, but you can't. Those are the type of people you want in your life, or you want to run around, or you want to consider as a friend. You dig what I'm saying? It's always the same way, upbeat. Always, got something positive to say, and also doing something positive. And then with the mailman, hell of a supporter, man.
And that's where I was getting. That's where I was getting ready to go with it. That's where I was getting ready to go with it. He
I ain't been to your what? You ain't been to none of my parties, but it's all black.
Hey, we gotta get out to one of the parties, mailman.
Yeah, we do. I'm on joke time, man. I'm on joke time though, man. But now all jokes aside though, pushing me out the way, like I said, man, I'd like to stay in the corner. Mailman time, man, he's a good dude, man. And for him, the love that he puts out as far as for his community, love his motherfucking community. That's how I am, man. I love my highland.
Yeah,
you
do.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You love your motherfucking Alexandria, where you from? And that's what it's all about. All day. You don't talk bad about them. You don't talk bad about the dudes or the females or blah, blah, blah. You don't do that to talk about positive, and that's what we need. But let me say this, though, and then I'm going to let Mailman get to do what he like to do. Let me say this about the promoting thing. One thing about with promoting to me, where I see things now, ain't no motherfucker by it. The promoter is, like the dude just said, the other guy that just said, the promoter is the one getting them peoples in there. Yeah, we can put the big band and this band and that band, but at the end of the day, you got to sell them motherfucker tickets.
That's right.
We got to sell them tickets. So I'm taking a chance on, they're going to come in because we got him and we got him and we got him. It ain't necessarily mean that them people's coming in there. Mm-hmm. But if we sell our motherfucker tickets, then we got them. We made the people, even if they don't show up, we done made the money.
Now check this out. Check this out. Cause I gotta take the opportunity. I gotta take the opportunity. Hey, Mailman. When you threw the party for your birthday and hired us, right? Did I not sell tickets and bring people in there?
Oh yeah, you sold tickets and brought people in there, yeah.
So I rest my case. So if somebody not hiring you in your hometown and you got to consider all three of these promoters that said that sold tickets with Dex sold tickets with you, right?
Hey.
And so it's something else. And the band cranked. They ain't saying like the band was slumming. So it's something else.
No, but you gotta look at it like this, bro. I don't really think it's something else like that, right? I just think that people not looking at the bigger picture. That's the way I look at it. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Outside people like myself, I know. To me, you're a versatile band because you went with Uggs and them and was on the same level with what they was playing. You played. Then you came up to Coma Station and you was with Kim and Scooby and you played R&B. You know what I'm saying? Two-step. So it's not like you can't be versatile. It's just that some promoters don't look at. They're not really looking at the bigger picture, like you said. But then again, it goes back to it might be something personal.
If we look at it,
I looked at the flip card of it. Yeah, you're right.
But
they got to get out their feelings with that, man, because at the end of the day, man, it's all about putting them bodies in there. If you can put more bodies, that means more money.
Yeah, because feelings don't get you paid.
Hey, look. So Dex. That's why I throw my own parties. If don't nobody hire me, I'm not in my feelings. I'm just talking about the elephant in the room. If don't nobody hire me, I go out and throw my own party, man.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Let me hear what this motherfucker Mailman got.
Hey, y'all notice something about Dex? Dex don't cuss either. That's it, motherfucker. He don't cuss, man. Go ahead, Mailman. You gotta talk about who you are and what you been doing, man.
Okay, well, first of all, y'all just have a motherfucking mailman. I'm your neighborhood mailman. You know what I'm saying? I grew up Alexandria, VA. I was born in DC, and I moved to Alexandria since the second grade. So I've been Alexandria all day. I love my town. I work for the post office and there for about 20 years now. I've been in the military for 4 years. Worked for the government for 7 years. And I love go-go. You know, the go-go is my love. I love it to the deep of my heart. And I mean, it just does something to you. It's like my getaway from everything that I go through in life. When I go through these go-go's, I just don't think about what I'm going through in life. It just relaxes me. You know what I'm saying? And it's something about the music that just does something to you. It's just something different, you know.
You definitely was relaxed at my birthday party. You definitely was relaxed. Now that's one thing. You definitely.
He got that vibe, huh?
You done mess with them cookies. You done mess with them cookies.
We got some kind of special music in this city, and I'm getting out there to other states and other places because we are moving slowly, but it can be more powerful if we put our minds together and do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? By me promoting, like my man said, you got to get out there and promote. Regardless, now bands have followers. You know what I'm saying? Of course, each band got their own following, but all the followers ain't gonna always come. You know what I'm saying? They might have something to do that night. They might have something to do that day, and they won't be able to come. So by being a promoter, like I said, with me, I like to promote. I like to get out there and talk about it. I get out there and stand in front of the club and pass out damn flyers. I go around, walk around the damn club and put them on your car. I mean, I'm a hustler,
that was you.
Know what I'm
I knew I had too many flies on my car when I left that last party with you.
You got that right. You see, if I throw the party and you out and about, you just might see a fly on your damn car.
Dex Keeby, Mailman will promote the hell out of that damn show.
And you hear what he said? He said those guys who we had on their phone today, he said Dex, Keeby, and Mailman will get out there and flat-footed.
Mailman just hide the back.
Flat-footed, man. I mean, it's like I said, it's a hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's a hustle. And everybody got their own type of hustle. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. And right now, this promotion thing is my job like hustle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, and it's legal.
You want to get something out of it, you got to put something in it.
There you go.
Yeah, you can't go to the bank and get nothing and you ain't got no money.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
You go. You got to spend money to make money, and it ain't going to come to you. You ain't going to be successful overnight. You're going to take some losses, and you're going to take some wins. But them losses, it also brings good wins because it all depends on how your party go. You know what I'm saying? If you take a loss, feel like what I mean by loss, that you ain't make your money back on what you put in. But if you had a good party, your next party gonna be a win because they enjoyed themselves and they gonna come back. You feel what I'm saying?
And bring a friend.
Yeah.
And might bring a friend. Listen, I had a good time at the party Mailman threw.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going back to another his party. It all depends how you treat people too. You know what I'm saying?
And Mailman, I say this, Mailman, you don't lose, you learn, dog.
Yeah. That's a good one.
You don't lose, you learn.
And Mailman, we was talking about man having a good heart is not a bad thing, and you hear it a lot talking about where people will misuse you. It's all about our view. Like having a good heart to me is a championship type of thing. Because they don't get over, they get under. If there's an old saying that you reap hot coals upon somebody's head when you show them love when they done you wrong. And I really believe in that because I'm a believer. So I believe I'm a Christ man. So I believe that in love conquers the evil. So we're not talking about that when it comes to the guys not hiring me and all that. Man, I'm just making this statement obvious.
Right.
But the thing though, I still love them. If I see them, I support them. A lot of these guys who in go-go, they got their apparel. I buy from all of them. I don't care if you're a big one. I don't care if you this brand or Eddie and Woody and them. I go out there. I mean, I buy from everybody. I want to touch everybody gear. I buy my man Dirk that passed away. I used to go over Forestville and buy his stuff. And I mean, I don't just buy no one item sometimes. I mean,
but you know what though?
I try to support them, man, and show by example. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I was gonna say. So, Boo, and it probably us sitting in the room. That's probably why we're sitting here and we can do this collectively because you are that type of person. You are a supporter. Me and him, our relationship is because of his support for me. You know what I mean? And our relationship is because of our support for each other.
Yeah. Exactly.
So really, what I've really come down.
So when the smoke cleared, the ones with the pure hearts,
it's going you're gonna recognize.
You're gonna recognize. Yeah.
And on top of that, when your name come up, because even now I don't know who I was talking to, but me and my wife was talking about this the other day, and your name came up, and it was based on something that I was talking about that was had something to do with production or something. And I said, I got somebody I deal with. He like things on time. He like things to be moving, you know. And sometimes he irritates me, but I learn from it. You see, and I know the irritation is not irritation of a negative. It's an irritation of you got to do better.
Right.
And so we got to get to a point where we don't look at each other out of envy because we learn from one another.
Yeah.
You know, if you said earlier, if a person do something, or you was talking about
two parties in one night.
Why would you go and try to mimic him?
Yeah.
To outdo him when he already done it.
Yeah.
Well, look, if I want to learn how to do it, I should go and get it. Come on.
What my always saying,
come on, Nate.
If you want to be a millionaire, talk to one.
Come on.
If you want to open up a laundromat, talk to the laundromat.
Come on, man. We talked about it earlier. We talked about that earlier. If you want to do something, man,
how you do it?
That's it.
You'd be surprised, man. People, I learned during my walk in life.
But that's the hardest question to ask.
What?
How you do it?
How you do?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Because it takes
humility.
Oh yeah.
Man, we back.
Bring it all the way back
around. But Nate, you know what
I do.
But Nate, I learned in my walk in life, man, people like to talk. They like to talk about what they do. So if you, like you say, if you humble yourself and ask that person, man, what did you do?
How you do that?
Yeah, how you do that?
What keeps you from asking though?
Yeah, come on, man. That's
fear. Yeah,
fear. And it ain't the fear of the person.
Nah.
It's the fear that you don't think you can do it.
You can do it, right?
Come on, you dig what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
I don't mind asking for anything, man. I mean, the only way you're gonna learn is you ask, because if you don't know, how you gonna find out?
And Mailman to tell you too.
On that note,
how many times? Hold up, Mailman. How many times I asked you to get MAB on one of your cards?
Hold on, I'm glad you.
No. They on the card.
He had not, cause what?
Because you asked that.
Hey, Mailman. I'm glad you won that. I'm glad you brought that up. So let me get my 2 actions in there right now. That CD I gave you, can you play that tomorrow? I'm trying to get ready for the John Robinson reunion on October the 14th. Big Johnny's sister and them, they throwing a nice little shindig, man. Just love. It's just for the love of the city. So and we gotta get back on the show.
But Mailman, how many times I've reached out to you about MAB?
Who is this I'm talking to?
Uncle Butchie.
That's Butchie.
Oh, what's up, Butchie?
I'm good, man.
That's good. Every time we come across each other, you know what I'm saying? But look, Butchie, I don't think you was with them when I booked them when I had for my second annual Pink and White when I had it at Lamont.
Nah, I wasn't.
I had MAB, Major League, and what was that other joke? I can't even think of the other band. But anyway, I had MAB before, so this be the second time I booked them.
Okay.
So yeah, MAB, I've been fucking with MAB for a minute. I'm fucking BJ and them.
Yeah.
BJ respectful guy too. Shout out to him. You know, that's all I ask. Just be respectful, man. You know, and you mentioned that earlier, and we can't iterate that enough. Was lost in the art of relationships in this area, especially among our people. Let's keep it real. Elephant in the room. It's a respect level.
Yeah.
Like me, when we was coming up, I came up in the first go-go rap era as a teenager. So like the gap between the kids now and us is not that big, because we came up with the same type of genre. But it done changed, but it's still rap and go-go. So but back then, the respect, like I might not know you. They were in Dex was talking about the guys that I could go to different neighborhoods, man, and we would meet up and we would automatically feel like we family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, because I might have a little girl. I had a little girlfriend over there off 9th Street, right there where the Bojangles used to be at, the little joints by Waller Place. And I go over there, man. I started meeting dudes, and I'm talking about I was like 14. I started meeting little dudes, and we genuinely still kick it to this day if they still living. You know,
the bottom line is respect. And we got to get to a point to not get to a point to feel threatened or envy.
It's like anything else, man. if you want to know what happened to something, look at the other side of it. If you want to know what happened to respect, look at the disrespect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to find out what happened to the respect. You're going to ask yourself, how did the disrespect grow?
Yeah.
Right? So if you look at how the disrespect grew, you look all the way back to that fearfulness of one hood, one street, one person, fearful that the other person doing more, getting more, being more
than them.
You dig it? Than them. So you take out your inadequacies.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Right? If I feel inadequate towards another man, he not my friend.
Right.
He's my adversary.
Yep.
But it ain't because something he did.
It's me.
Something I
it's
can't
something in
do.
me. Yeah.
You know, it's just like I always say. You know, it's the things that you see in me that scare you.
So what's the name of it?
It's the man in the mirror.
I like how you came back with that. I like that.
Yeah. And the only way I can start loving people, even people I don't know,
is I gotta do what?
I gotta look at the God in you.
Yeah.
Touch the God in me.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Dig,
and once I live that way, that's humility.
That's humility, man.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
And that's success.
I gotta look past who you are.
That's success.
Yeah.
That's what success is.
But look, if I can look past who you are, what I believe you are, what I think of you, and just see you as an element of human trying to get somewhere, like I'm trying to get somewhere, then I'm more apt to help you get there.
There you go.
So let me clarify for the record. What we're talking about is, man, and I use myself as a teaching point, but really, man, like Dex said, it ain't about me. This whole thing is about, man, that we start doing that for one another. Yeah. We start reaching out to one another, man. And I said it start with me and end with me. Yeah. So when you see me doing it, man, it ain't because I need to know you or I'm trying to be all right with you or I want something from you, man. I'm good. I'm good, man.
It's funny you say that, man, because on my Facebook page, you know, you got your little quote on there. My quote says, "Once you make it over that wall of success, throw that rope back over so others can make it."
Right.
That's
and
then
it all appears,
when you see that.
Hold on, let me say this before you go, man. We talked about perception. It all due to what your vision of success is.
Yeah. Right. So something I want to add too is this. We got to go back and Nate, you said this earlier. How do you talk about respect? You gotta look at about the disrespect and see how we got there, right?
We got there.
Okay, so when we're talking about what we are today, it's very important that we make it so that another person can survive. Now I like using scenarios. Mm-hmm. If you're selling drugs, drug dealers have no loyalty to each other. They want to sell all their drugs because they don't care about what you're doing. And it destroys.
Let me just say this: they're unsuccessful.
but I mean,
that might be a good one. That might not be a good one. Let me finish. If you ain't never did it,
let me finish. I'm saying this on the show.
Stick to the army.
Hold on. Selling drugs in your neighborhood
it ain't right anyway. Yeah, it ain't right.
It don't matter what level you're on. Neither one of you are really successful. You're really destroying your future and demolishing your family.
We understand that now.
Okay, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to make a point here. The point is this. Now, when we're doing business, and when we learn to pull, like you say, throw the road back over. I always use this scenario. It's a wall. On the other side of the wall is success. And this is a big wall, and you have the ladder. Yeah. When you put the ladder on the wall, do you put the ladder up there by yourself and take the chance of going and getting almost to the top and then leaning and falling down and breaking that? Or do you go get somebody and say, look, hold the ladder while I go up so I can see what's going on? Right, when you get to the top, you say, man, they partying over there. They're partying. Before you go over, you tell the man that's holding the ladder, go get Boo. Yeah, tell Boo to hold the ladder for Nate. And Nate hold the ladder for Rodney. And we do it so on and so on. Yeah. And as we go over, you keep holding the ladder. After a while, now we all partying and we going in the same direction.
And here's the hit in that scenario. The last man holding the ladder, he might not get the party. And he should be all right with it.
But you know, no, you're right.
Because it's caring about the next person.
Guess what? Yeah. It's about making a sacrifice.
That's right. Somebody gonna have to make one.
But when you look at it like this, for real too, I look at it like this. You can hold a ladder from both ends.
It's true.
You see, that last man down there, we leave no man behind. See what we do.
Well, he might not even want to part.
But that's it.
He just want to hold the ladder and let him come on over.
Come on. Hey, no, what you do, we already over. You hold it from the top.
And you know what the problem though? And we know when we talk barbershop talk. Everybody want to be the first over the ladder.
Everybody want to be
not everybody.
Not everybody. Majority of people.
Not everybody.
But that's
it's more majority
first
though.
Should be last and last should be first.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, man. And going back to your statement about drug dealers.
Yeah, party, everybody.
Let me explain something to you about business is business. I don't care if you're dealing drugs, shining shoes, promoting, whatever. Business is business.
Right.
Your ethics to the business, right? Your drive for the business will determine your success. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody ever died from effort. Ain't no business ever failed
for having
effortless.
Yeah.
For effort.
Effortful.
Yeah.
So I got you. When you think about the drug dealer, we can look at it from the eyes and say, okay, he ruined the neighborhood. But you look at it from this situation, right? And T.I. has a song called "I'm Just Doing My Job," and he talks about it from the drug dealer standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. He said, you might think I'm a nuisance, terrorizing your neighborhood and stuff. He said, but I got a little daughter back at home, need to eat, right? And because of my fallacies and no education, whatever my situation is, this is my job.
That's all he knew.
That's all he know.
No, not all I know. This is what's been afforded to me as employment.
Gotcha.
I'm just doing my job.
Okay, I see.
Right.
Let me finish. I disagree with that.
Let me finish.
Totally.
That's
right.
Because you're looking from a different lens, right?
Well,
I'm trying to broaden the lens. So what I'm saying to you is,
he got a right to see it from his lens. He might be broad.
And see, here's the thing: you're not always a product of your environment, too.
Right.
Think about this. I grew up on 18th and D. Yeah. I mean, I was around killers and drug dealers, but I chose to go the other path because I saw, hey, man, there ain't no way out over there.
Right.
I got to go another way.
In your vision, right? Mm-hmm. When you say I saw,
right,
wasn't nothing over there. You saw something else.
Right.
Everybody don't get the vision to something else.
There you go. That's true. That's true.
That's why I say individual thing.
Let me ask you. Let me get in here, and because for our viewers, for anybody out there, I want to make one thing. This is just my perspective.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't seen no drug dealers with no statues. I ain't seen no drug dealers that got a legacy that's going on and on and on. Wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay, no positive. He said positive.
Positive.
Okay.
Or let's say change.
Wait a minute. Listen.
Look at all the bills on the monument, on the lawn. Look at the whole.
See, you on a whole nother. I guess.
But that's a whole nother level.
That's a whole nother. That's like you said, there's levels to this, so you got to hear.
Listen, hold on.
But the
point I'm trying to make right here is this: we talked about respect. Mm-hmm. Now we get ready. You want to talk about where the problem comes? Mm-hmm. Is when we put a label on something that we know is not good for you, and say that okay, well, some people have succeeded in this. I don't want nobody from my neighborhood to find success through destroying somebody else's life.
So we're talking about marginalization.
Okay, that's fine.
Hold on. Let me reel y'all back in. Though.
You talking about marginalization. So here's the thing, right? And we talked about this in another show back about addressing today's situation with old information and old ways of doing it. Mm-hmm. If I see somebody in my neighborhood that's a drug dealer, right? Is it my job to sit back and point and go, ooh, 911, get him? Or should I go out there and speak to that young man and say, hey, man, I'm Nate. What's your name? You boo. Who your peoples is? Oh, you twirling that for that dude? That dude gonna be free. You going to jail. Yeah. Educate that young man, and then say, look here, man, look, come in my house, man. Let me show you something. Let me show you how to play chess.
Yes.
Let me watch TV with you. Let me have a conversation with you. Let me give you that option.
Be a solution.
That you talked about, being a solution. Because the more and more we just point, marginalize, separate,
don't do that.
Incarcerate, all we doing is multiplying the problem.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. Let me say this.
Let me finish this point. Back in the day, and you talked about this earlier, back in the day, every parent can chastise every child.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not because their parents allowed them to do that. It's because they took a personal stake in their neighborhood and in another person.
Yes. And on that note, let me wrap it up. Hey, we want to thank Kiwi for coming through. We want to thank Dex, Big City of Dreams, Mailman, Crank from the Mailman Crank Show, another Dynamite AVA promoter, and definitely want to thank the man that came all the way up here.
Flew in from Oxon Hill, Maryland.
Flew all the way in from the good Oxon Hill.
You on my side. I'm over Timber Hill.
Pronounce your name, because they don't know you.
Nah, that's my own place.
Just old Butchie.
I told y'all my real name. Everybody don't even know my real name.
But it's on tape, though. Listen, anyway, Butchie, man, love you, man. Thank you for coming through, man. And thank all you guys for gracing the stage.
Hey, hit me that piece of paper. The paper right there. This is it.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. And look, let me say this before we close it out. Let me say this. I guess a joke that one of my coworkers say, and it's funny, man. But it's all about when we trying to do wrong and make right out of it, right? Said so the wife got out the shower. He got in the shower. She put a towel on, and a knock came on the door. So when she went to the door with the towel on, and it was the next door neighbor, right? And he said, looked at her with the towel on. He said, show me your breast, and I give you $300. So she showed the breast, looked around, showed the breast real quick, and gave her the $300. He said, shoot, show everything, I give you another $300. She looked around, she opened up the joint, showed him everything. He gave her the other $300. She shut the door. And when she shut the door, her husband yelled from the bathroom, honey, who's that? She said, oh, that was the next door neighbor, your man from next door. He said, did he give you the $600 that I told him?
That's okay.
So man, ain't no right way to do wrong, y'all.
Right.
So man, that's what we promote here, man. We promoting the solution in a positive way, man, because man, that's why we call it the talk show that matters, man. Love.
Hey, can I slip something? This is a shameless plug real quick.
Man. Go ahead.
It's the Dominique Shepherd Scholarship Fund. It's a 70s dance this October 28th, 2023, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Belly's Crossroad Community Center. Is actually 5920 Summers Lane, Falls Church, Virginia. I just wanted to put that plug in there.
Okay.
And real quick, as a promoter, if you interested in trying to get a ticket $25. You can call Crystal Shepherd at 301.
That's his cousin now. That's his cousin. That's a family business. It's a family business.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
That's what we gotta do. Yeah.
This is for a good cause. This is for a good cause, and we just wanted to let you know. So it's a 70s party. Dance party, man, and by the music by DJ Dark and Lovely.
Hold up, before we go, we're gonna let everybody put their plug in. And Kiwi, type yours in. We're gonna start with the man in the studio.
All right, real quick, everybody. So I'm doing promotion for Fort DuPont Park. You know, they normally do the summer concert series, but they got pushed back. So now they call it the Fall Festival. They got 3 big shows coming up. The first show is the Jazz and R&B with Larry Braggs, Marquise Lemoyne, and the Blackbirds. The second show is DC Vibe, Mental Attraction Band, and Northeast Groovers. And the grand finale is hip hop. You got Chubb Rock, Dana Dane, Kwame, Nonchalant, Moni Love, and my new guy on the scene, Nucci. I don't know if y'all caught Nucci from the front porch. Got Nucci on there. He gonna break out. Yeah.
Okay. Mailman, talk about.
Hold up, my fault. Ski trips coming up in February too.
Okay, hey Dex, we're gonna do you last, cause man, you gotta put on the real.
My daughter do a lot.
Yeah. Now, come on, Mailman, give your plug, man. And plus, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Butchie Farrell, Facebook. You can find me on Butchie Boy 1123 on Instagram.
All right, come on, Mailman.
All right, November 18th, we got the pre-Thanksgiving day party at Babylon Woodbridge with a good web band and a good Mental Attraction 2.0 with DJ Scooter. Tickets are $30. Cash App. Flyers are out. If you want to reach out to me, you can hit me on the Mailman G Love. Marcus G Love. I forgot what my damn name is.
Your name Glover, ain't it?
Marcus Mailman Glover. On Facebook. IG, I'm on AVA Mailman 210. And you just follow me at Mailman Craig Show. That's a private page. But if you want to come on in, type in the search bar Mailman Craig Show. Send your invite. I'm going to check your ass out. And if you legit, you're going to come on into the family.
Come on. All right, thank you. Come on now, Dex, clean up the rear, baby.
All right, y'all. I want to thank all y'all for allowing me to come on to y'all telecast to talk about me along with y'allself. We got a party coming up October the 21st, Cabaret. If you ever been to the Nip and Sip on Panorama Road, then you know exactly what it's going to be like on October the 21st. So, man, tickets will sell out. I only have but 30 tickets left out of a certain amount of tickets I had. So, get at me, 301-407-5646. We got the other party coming up December the 16th, Friends and Family holiday party. That's going to be a barn burner. And then we doing, listen, y'all gonna trip out on this. We got a comedy show coming up. So stay tuned for that flyer, man. Y'all gonna look at them and say, man, what in the hell are they doing? You know what I'm saying? The vision that I got for the flyer is gonna be out of this. It's gonna be off the chain. And we got 2 shows in one day. 3 o'clock show, 7 o'clock show. I just can't give you the date yet. You know what I'm saying? Then we got some in February. Okay. So we're gonna stick with the 2 parties, October and December for right now.
That's right. And I'm gonna have to drop. Okay, tell him.
I got an IG, but I don't even know. I think it's Big City Dreams. Where my daughters didn't be working at. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that know me, man, I don't be knowing what I be doing on these. I just go along with what I see everybody else do. But like I said, man, shout out to all the bands. Man, without the promoters, there's no bands. Without the bands, there's no promoters. So everybody just show one love to each other, man. Support. Even if you can't do nothing but push a person fly, man. Just support, man. Have something to say.
Yeah, much respect, man.
It's some good stuff.
In the trash, man. We lose it. You got to remember, man. When you speaking all that negativity, check out the real world besides go-go. The real world going down the drain, man. People dying every day, all this and that. And here we got go-go that can, like Mailman said, can relax us and put us at another state of mind. You know what I'm saying? So we got to have more love in that go-go so we can spread that love around, you know what I'm saying, the DMV.
And that's what we doing here, Dex. And man in the mirror, man. We reach across the aisles, man. We reaching out to one another. So on that note, I gotta tell y'all on that at the Elks Lodge on October the 14th, it'll be us, SRB, and Strictly Business Band. It's a hometown gumbo. It's all Alexandria. So we're gonna have a good time. And we thank these guys for coming out. I want to thank my esteemed panel. We're going to thank the woman behind the scenes, Lady Z. And we out of here till next month. Next month is going to be the Sage. It's going to be his month next month. That's what we do. Old Graybeard going to be next month. He going to do it up. And we thank Nate for coming. He came a little late, but he came.
Hey,
better
late than never.
Yeah. He make it happen. He make it happen. They call him Late Nate. But late means you came.
Hey,
we ain't say absent, Nate.
One thing we always know, for real, even if Nate come late, he brings something in the picture.
Oh man, he always brings something. A picnic basket. Hey man, I love these guys, man. I love you guys, man. This is about, man, building relationships, man.
My man.
Positive relationships, man.
Stay humble or be humiliated. It's really just that simple.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the Man in the Mirror show. What is it? It's talk show that matters.
Like I always say before the end of my show, and I'm gonna say it on this show since I'm on here.
Go ahead.
Remember to thank that man above for waking you up this morning and getting you to where you
Yes,
go,
sir.
because you can always talk to him at any time. And remember to live life to the fullest, because you only got one. And remember, stay blessed up, because we always winning when you wake up in the morning.
Yes, sir.
And I know
Yes,
you
sir.
up, two down, and I'm out this jump.
And Christ Jesus is the only way. That's my opinion.
Talk to him on the way.
All right.
Yeah, salvation
Count us out, baby. Count us
is the
out.
only way that there is through him.